Alright, so we have some conversations. We have collected a lot of stuff, a lot of very good stuff, very high level. And we can't upgrade yet. And we are researching your disease. Don't worry, working on it. Let's compile Era's plague, originating in the oh god, ah, polytheistic beliefs common across the southern Meda is an affliction known as Era's plague. The sufferer is haunted by twisted visions of death and pain until they repent for unjust acts they have committed by living a life of strict scrupulosity. The belief is that the goddess of justice, Ira, won't allow the sufferer inner peace until they have righted their past wrongs. Existing hand in hand with this very real affliction is an erroneous belief by some who claim that only the children of one Ashar parent and one Khasil parent can be afflicted. Their position is that a greater diversity of lineage creates more ancestral sins for which one must repent. This baseless racist ideology is unfortunately prevalent across the Meda, likely stemming from a fear of the unknown and a lack of understanding of the vicious ways in which our minds can seize on fears, real or imagined. However, the phenomenon of Era's plague is a real disease which was given serious research in the Enclave. Their hypothesis of the plague being a disorder of the mind rather than a supernatural affliction led to more clearly define the disease's symptoms. The sufferer experiences a cycle of intrusive thoughts of their own violent, disturbing nature, resulting in all manner of compulsions to fix them, including hoarding, checking, ordering, and rearranging, and asking for reassurance repeatedly, among many others. Though it seems to have at least some connection to one's familial lineage, this condition's severity is often exacerbated by poor eating habits, limited physical activity, and lack of sleep. The research also suggests that this condition isn't unique to Kashar, but due to their irregular sleep schedules, they may experience it in greater severity. Ram, Auburn, Ashar, and Kassel are all also documented as having experienced it. A patient diary brought to a Cashel in Denevron points to a portrait of a man who suffered from this condition intensely. His intrusive visions began following the birth of his son. In his diary, he describes being plagued by images of him dropping his newborn son and killing him. His relationship with his wife began to suffer as he became too afraid to hold the baby and thus was unable to partake in his share of the parental duties. Finally, he sought help. An herbalist in Lower Denevron was able to concoct a sleeping balm that allowed him to finally sleep. Thus, this, in combination with a strict regimen of diet, athletics, and mental exercise, helped him to combat his intrusive visions. From progress notes included in my dossier, it would seem that over time he was able to regain control over his life. Unfortunately, many sufferers of Eras plague do not have access to this form of rehabilitation across the Meda due to the stigma and misinformation related to the condition. Alright, so there is.
Exactly as I theorized. Era's plague is little more than a stigmatized condition with a perfectly rational explanation,
Right.
which is a perfect storm of family traits and lifestyle choices, exaggerated by circumstance. Diet, athletics, and sleep all factor in.
Casmin hasn't been sleeping much.
Might be worth presenting this research to her to see if the rest resonates. Good
Maybe.
idea. Oria and I will join you when you're ready.
Alright. Consult with Tasman to present the findings. Lane has compiled everything I could find in the Enclave that pertains to Era's plague. It even mentions that treatment is possible. It's worth speaking to the Hardsiders about it if Casmin lets us. Maybe if we show all this to Casmin, she'll feel less alone too. Infestation and a burning curiosity. No, this is a drowning. I'm afraid. Casmin, we have figured stuff out.
Casmin, we need to talk.
Do.
Could it wait? I'm in the middle of touch counting the armory.
Uh huh. Yeah, your
No,
eyes don't
it
look good.
can't. We've been worried about you.
I'm fine. Seriously, don't worry about me.
Hmm.
No one has seen you sleep in days. You're clearly hiding 2 bands worth of supplies behind the caravan shutters.
Hmm.
And half the time you're talking a league a minute about catastrophes that are never going to happen. We can't let you keep going like this.
No. Maybe I've been a little off lately, but I'm fine, seriously. I'm just trying to keep our Weaver band prepared in case.
Uh huh.
In case. I just want us all to be safe.
We are safe.
Kaz, I've been doing research on a condition you might know as Era's plague.
I'm not possessed.
No one's saying that.
We know.
The Enclave studies on Ira's plague concluded that it's not a religious affliction, but a disorder of the mind. The sufferer experiences a cycle of relentless, disturbing thoughts and all manner of compulsions to fix them, including hoarding.
What you're doing?
Though it may be passed on through families, this condition is often exacerbated by a lack of sleep.
Brynn found a diary belonging to a Cassil man in Denevron who suffered from this. I think you should read it. He describes the intrusive visions that began after the birth of his son. Horrible fears he would drop his baby that he was so ashamed of, he couldn't share them with anyone.
That's awful.
Yep.
It reached a point where he couldn't hold his own child, until he sought help.
So you're saying, if I have Ira's plague, there's a cure?
There is a cure.
We found evidence of a treatment, yes. We'd need to talk to someone at Cassidin's Hold to know more.
Yep.
But we didn't want to speak to someone outside the Weaver Band on your behalf without talking to you first.
I don't know.
She has nothing to be ashamed of. Tell her we all need help sometimes. I can tell she's not a pain. She deserves to feel better. Yeah, we all need help.
None of this is your fault. It's okay to get help. We all need it from time to time.
But no one else seems to need help. Everyone else is handling being here just fine, and I'm
Breaking apart.
the only one having a breakdown.
Fine.
Hey, it could be any one of us tomorrow. And I know for a fact that if this were happening to anyone else, you'd cut them some slack.
She's right. It's hard for all of us to see you suffering like this. We care about you, and we just want you to be okay.
Fine. You can talk to the Weavers in Cassidin's Hold. I can't promise. I'm still not sure about all of this.
It's fine.
We'll go one step at a time.
Yep. There you go. Drowning is completed. Now we have anchored. So we're no longer drowning. Consult with the spindle in Cassidin's Hold. We've convinced Casimir to let us speak to someone at Cassidin's Hold in the hopes we might find a treatment for Ira's plague. Since the spindle is also a Kashar, I'll start with her. I can talk, though.
You sure you don't want to run away screaming?
No?
What? Why?
Nothing. Never mind.
Come on. Seriously. What are you talking about?
If people find out, they'll run away from her, they'll leave her alone.
It's just...
Hmm.
That's generally the reaction that sufferers of Ira's plague get across the Maida Basin. After all, Ira only stalks the wicked for penance.
Southern polytheism can be strict. Ask if she believes in
Are
it.
you religious yourself?
I don't really know anymore. My mother was deeply religious, so I was raised to believe in the Southern gods. I always accepted them as real, but lately, I've begun to question.
How so?
I mean, if what you've discovered is true, and the visions I have aren't penance from the goddess of justice,
Then
I've been hanging on to a lot of self-contempt for nothing.
that you have.
That is a heavy burden to carry out of faith.
She said Ira stalks the wicked. Ask if she thinks she needs to repent for something.
Kaz, you do so much for other people. What could you possibly have to repent for?
I mean, she worked for the damn the relief efforts, right?
I don't know. At all hours of the day, a voice is howling at me for never being good enough. Never hitting the mark. It's all I can hear. How am I supposed to ignore it?
Lane's research indicates that with treatment, you can though.
Yeah.
I think if you knew how awful I really am, and how much I deserve to be reminded of it, you wouldn't say that.
Oh, come on.
Hasmin, we know you, and we accept you as you are.
We'll see.
Almost sounds like she's experienced that stigma firsthand. Wonder if she's tried to get help before.
Have you ever told anyone else about these visions you're having?
Only one person. My mother.
Oh, yes, the religious one.
I take it she wasn't very supportive.
I'll never forget how she looked at me. Like she was terrified. She told me to keep my impure visions to myself.
Pure visions, huh?
And that if I behaved, eventually Ira would leave me alone.
How old were you?
5.
Great.
I had just started school, and I was struggling with being away from my parents to attend classes. Images of them murdered by bandits while I was away hounded me during the 6 hours I spent outside the home. I swallowed my fears, though, hoping, as my mother told me, that if I was good and went to school, the visions would stop.
They did not. The ignorance outside the Maida is irrelevant. Assure her no one in the viewer band would judge her.
Even if Ira actually was out for you, I still wouldn't run. Anyone who cares about you knows you're not a threat.
I wish I felt as sure of that as you do.
In time, I'll be able to say, I told you so.
Yep.
Maybe.
So yeah, because she's not been sleeping, it's gotten worse. But she always had the problem. Okay. Hey, bud.
Heck for book club. I can't decide between a love story about a studious ram and an Auburn warrior that couldn't be more opposite, or a treatise on Tazan governance prior to the Surge.
Maybe.
Those do seem like
Yeah.
very different options.
Yeah, well, normally we'd have passed through somewhere with a proper bookshop by now, but we're running low on options inside the Vale.
I can get some books, I think. Probably. Got something for me, Lane? Nope. Okay. Dom, nothing for me at all. Alright. Miss Sola. What does Sola need? Oh yeah, wood for the trees. It's very large. Oh, and I can craft, but I need the glass tail secretions. A conduit reinforced by glass tail secretions. Sola suspects Sev will use it for loom gate repair. No, well, that's not that bad then.
The discoveries we can glean from your findings are incredible, Brynn.
She seems happy.
This schematic is much more complicated than the previous one, though. And I'm starting to realize why Tarmakind is a lost art.
Well, can you make it?
What do you mean?
Xavier used a traditional forge because he needed to reach much higher temperatures to work the signature Tarmakind vents. Unfortunately, my forge is built for transport. It's unable to sustain those higher temperatures.
I can use fire magic.
Could we improve it?
Dom had that idea of a set of enchanted hammers. They, combined with the forge, might be enough heat.
He made them for you, right?
He'll be glad to hear it.
Could you maybe get him to enchant them on my behalf?
Oh,
Why? I'm sure he'd be thrilled to help you.
I know. We're just not on the same page right now. I'd rather be further in my investigation before I speak to him. Besides, he mentioned he'd need some cinder linen for the enchantment, and I was thinking you could scavenge some for us.
I have it.
All right. This is a little strange, but I guess I can talk to him for you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Consult with Dam to give him the cinder linen. I've got the cinder linen, but Sola asked me to have Dam enchant the hammer he gifted her on her behalf. Shouldn't she be able to ask her husband for help on her own? I feel like there's more going on than what she's telling me. Regardless, Dam will need this cinder linen if he's going to enchant the hammer for her.
You're seriously telling me Carnhaven is now completely independent from Sansa? Brynn's parents fought in the war. Wow. I guess it makes sense that our history books are a little out of date, but I never imagined so much could change since the Surge.
From what we've gathered, quite a lot has happened inside the Vale as well, has it not?
Yes, that's true, but I don't know how to describe it. The Archon's malfunctioning, the Surgeborn appearing, the retreat to Cassidon's Hold. They're all phases of this one crisis. So even when catastrophe strikes, life here still feels stagnant.
What's up with you, Sebastian? Nothing? Alright, Dam. Wood for trees.
Hey, Dom. Sola was wondering if you could enchant a set of hammers after all.
Yeah.
She's finally ready to use them.
Of course, but why isn't she asking me to do it herself?
She's been a bit busy. with the Tarmakine stuff she's working on.
Right. I'm happy to enchant the hammers. I'll need cinder linen to do it, though. Do you have any on you?
Yeah. I've got it right here.
As a matter of fact, I do. Here.
Perfect. I've still got some of the byproduct from your drake harvest as well. I'll enchant them right away.
Yep.
Do you think I should be the one to bring them to Sola? Or would she prefer that you do it?
Why don't you bring them?
Yeah.
This Tarmakine project is really important to her, and I think it would mean a lot if you helped out.
Indeed.
You're right. She's the love of my life, after all. I'm happy to help. But maybe you could join me? After all, you're the one she's been entrusting the details of her work to.
Uh-huh.
Maybe she'd rather you be there.
I'll be
I
there.
could come, if you really think that's best, but it kind of seems like the two of you should...
Talk.
Great, it's settled. We'll both go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
You should talk. Consult with Sola. Okay, I can't help but wonder if I attract awkward situations by always trying to help people. Of course, Dam was happy to enchant the hammer for Sola, but he's a little confused as to why she didn't ask him herself. So now he wants me there when he gives it to her. I have a bad feeling about this. Alright, Sola, got your hammers.
This isn't working. The forge isn't hot enough.
I've stoked the forge before.
Fire magic.
No, this work is somewhat more precise. It's not all bad news. I can forge a set of Tarmakine arms now.
Arms.
I'll give you the design.
Oh, I love arms.
But the remaining pieces are too large to make without reaching the temperatures that Xavier was able to at his forge.
Right.
Sola, it's all right. We can figure this out. Maybe we need something stronger than cinder linen to augment the hammers.
Break scales?
No, enchanting isn't the solution.
Right.
Sev and I need to head into Denevron to get Xavier's forge. It's built for this.
And it's exceptionally heavy. You and Sev are strong, but do you really think you'll be able to get it back here?
We have to try.
I can help. I mean, I could use kinetic magic.
My love, I know this is important to you, but do you think Xavier's forge is a long-term solution? The caravan won't be able to carry it. You'll need to leave it behind when we start traveling again.
He doesn't want to travel.
I don't want to keep traveling.
There you go.
I want to settle down. I want to stay in one place. I want a home.
But we're weavers. Our home is the open road. Traveling is what we do.
He doesn't want to be a weaver anymore then.
It doesn't have to be.
Be a hard-sider.
Staying in one place, it's not the life we decided on for ourselves.
Oh, come on.
It's not the life I thought I could have. But here, in the Enclave, it's possible. We could be weavers and stay. You could enchant. I could teach smithing. I could unravel the Tarmakine techniques and pass them on to a new generation.
You've clearly spent a great deal of time thinking this through. Without me. It's not what I planned for myself, though. Or even a life I want, for that matter.
No, that's not good.
But we're married. If we don't want the same life, where does that leave us?
I don't know.
Offer to give them space. Lighten the mood with a joke. Tell them to take a break. I'll give you space.
Maybe I should give you two some privacy to talk this out.
Yeah.
It's fine, Brynn. Clearly, Sola would rather speak to you about her hopes and dreams than me.
Oh, now he's taking insult.
Maybe it's best if we take some time apart. I'll go.
Fine.
Sola, are you...
Okay, obviously not.
I don't even know what just happened. I can't believe he just left.
He was caught off guard. It will be okay, I promise.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know anymore.
Well, in any case, I got wood for trees. Wood for the trees. Quest is complete. Tarmakind Manici. Manis? Gloves? Arms? Oh, she literally meant arm. Oh my god. Tarmakind Manis. I thought arms as in weapons, not arms as in literal hands.
How you doing, Sola? That discussion with Dom was a little rough.
I'm frustrated and hurt. I feel like I don't ask for much, and when I finally do, he acts mystified.
He absolutely could have handled that better.
Could have.
But I think he was genuinely caught off guard.
How is that possible? I feel like I've been trying to tell him for ages. Or hint at it at least.
Hints don't work usually.
Maybe that was the first time he really understood, though.
Yeah.
Maybe. I just need some time. And space.
I don't know if space is the best.
I can't have that conversation again right now. Especially if you won't consider... Never mind.
Never mind. Alright, well. I'll dismantle my current arms. I have no arms on. That's fine. We're gonna craft new arms. But oh my god, it's gonna be made out of sovereign anthurium. I mean, some of the best arms you've ever seen in the dang world. We're made of this usually, but look at this. Regal. Oh yeah. Ho yeah. Ah, so close yet so far. A little bit of red in there.
Worse the materials, I'd say.
Hell yeah, it is. Now upgrading it is gonna be literal hell. Yeah, it needs sovereign anthurium, iron leather, ice claw full grain, but even now it's pretty damn good. Guess I'm like half Tarmakind, half not. Weird. You wanna talk about this, Dom? He does. Okay, good.
Ah, Brynn. Hello. Yes. Yes. Hello. That's right. That's the correct thing to say, isn't it? Is it?
He's confused.
Breathe, Dom.
I. Yes. Yes. Of course. I just not feeling myself.
Sola?
Yes. Yes. Flames. Yes. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there.
I think maybe you two have some things to talk through. After a little time to cool off.
Yeah.
I had no idea she wants to stop traveling.
We all have to slow down sometime. We can't be on the road our whole life.
That's what he wanted, I guess.
Well, yes, she had, I suppose, brought it up once or twice, but I assumed she meant later. Like our dotage.
Dotage?
At least it's out there now. Take a bit. Think about what she said. What she might want, and what you want. There's a way to make it work.
I shall. Yes, because I would very much like it to, as you say, work.
Alright. They're figuring stuff out. I have Tarmakind hands now. That's kind of cool. Subarakim infestation and a burning curiosity. Start with infestation. Nest destroyed city is safe. Not safe, but trained warriors. It will help his scouts. It's done.
Things still good with our Spitfire problem?
Yeah,
All handled. You did great out there.
kinda easy.
But now we have another problem. Madame Silverbeak. Seriously? I said it while you were out there, and the look she gave me.
Oh no, you didn't!
Oh, yeah, I did. And I shall never again. But well played, Miss Brynn. But it was quite the experience. Your scry is not at all what I'm used to. It's better, more vibrant.
Better.
Anyway, sincerely, thank you for your help. If I need more, I'll know to just ask this time.
Yep. Just ask. Infestation is completed. Well, the infestation is gone. I guess it's not completed. Matter of export. That's new. Alright, new matter first. Export.
Hey, Brynn. Sorry, was lost in thought. It's this scry thing. It's been bothering me.
Oh.
You said it felt different from the ones you're used to.
Yours was much more intense than any we have, and I need to know why.
Yeah.
Have we overused them? I don't think so. Yours is at least as old and clearly has seen good service.
Use it a lot.
That does seem strange.
Yeah, I went digging through everything I could find about the scries. I'm sure the Eye has records he won't share with me, or anyone, really. But I still found a lead.
To go somewhere and get it.
A sudden burst of bureaucratic insight.
Yes, I suppose. Shipping records for scries. There were some set to go out right around the surge.
Exports? To bands like ours?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Well, that's the problem, though. There's a lot of very specific shorthand on these manifests I just don't understand.
We should talk to Casmin. She lives and breathes shipping logistics.
That is true.
I was hoping you'd suggest that. I was considering asking her myself, but...
She's got the plague.
She's a little intimidating.
No, that's Aurea. Casmin just seems busy. Always busy.
That she is.
And I don't want to overstep here with your crew.
We can talk to her together.
Yeah. A matter of export. Consult with Casman about scry shipments. Our scry left quite the impression on Araki. He is convinced that ours somehow works better than the ones he uses with his scouts, and is trying to track down a lead on a shipment of new scries that might never have left for the Enclave. Time to talk to our resident shipping expert and see if she has any ideas. A burning curiosity.
Arik, about those statues in Upper Denevron.
Yeah.
You mean the Friends of the Eye?
No, I was talking about the champions.
Ha. Some of them, maybe. But you could be the most heroic weaver in the world, and unless you're cozying up to leadership, there's no statue being built in your honor.
So it's all about connections.
Huh.
Anyway, what do you want with them?
Well, we're wondering if there could be a familial connection between someone in our band and one of the figures represented on the statues.
You could dive through the archives we've preserved in Casten's Hold on all our heroes. That's the slow, boring way.
The good way?
Don't let Lane hear you say that.
Or you can compare mantles to see if their patterns are a match.
Oh, mantles.
You can tell two people are related through their mantles.
The spindle could tell you more about the science behind it. But from what I understand, there are similarities across bloodlines in how a weaver's cloth pulls magic from the air.
Right.
A pattern tracer allows us to analyze those similarities between two weavers' patterns.
A paternity test.
I'll give you a design for it.
Oh,
Once it's built, take it to the Axle and she'll trace the mantles for you.
okay.
We've preserved mantles belonging to all our heroes in Casten's Hold.
Right.
Thanks, Arik. Aurea will be pleased.
Aurea? For what it's worth, she's twice the weaver any of those statues might claim to be.
Pattern tracer. Design unlocked. Burning curiosity has been updated. Craft the design for a pattern tracer at the forge. Arkim has given me a design for a pattern tracer that can compare mantles to determine if there is a familiar match. Once I craft the design, Aurea and I can head to Cassadin's Hold to compare her mantle with the one that belonged to Meteo Agrestis. The design requires serenite, oil membrane, and abrium. I have them. Serenite is a raw mineral that can be found in rocks around Denevron, particularly near cliffs or chasms where it was dislodged by the surge. Oil membrane can usually be scavenged from Spitfires once they have been killed, and abrium is used to forge the armor of arcs of the stricken earth. Breaking some of their armor plates should give me what I need. Have all of them. Sola. The device capable of tracing patterns on a mantle and comparing for blood relation between the mantle wearers. Serenite, oil membrane, abrium. Can I first talk to her about this though? None of my peeps wanna talk anyway right now. She does, and this lady does. Oh yeah, we figured out something.
Have you noticed the struggle in our new friend?
Struggle.
Eric, you mean?
Yes. Every part of him yearns to be serious, mature, maybe a little dangerous. But show him something new, like a properly maintained scry, and it all falls away.
Revealing.
Childish.
An excited, intelligent young man who craves novelty.
Think that's why he hangs around the camp so often?
No, I know that's why. He knows he can't go back to it, but misses what you do.
He wants to go out there.
I wrestle with it too. I like being a watcher, but if someone handed me a potion to move back in time or be young again, well, let's say I'd give it some serious consideration.
Back in time would be insane.
Either way, he's got a deft hand with the scry. I'll give him some pointers, but he's a natural.
That's good. Figure out a way to get your lineage also, by the way. I can do that real quick. Make the device.
Now that we have a pattern tracer, it's time to head to Cassidy's hold.
Burning curiosity. With the pattern tracer, we should be able to find out if Mateo is Oria's father after all. All that I have to do is ask the Axel to compare the two mantles. Any comment? Nope, okay. And you about the matter of export, shipping and stuff.
Hey, Kaz. Arakim has a question.
Is that why you've been lurking around here? Bad habit, you.
Yes. I need some help puzzling out shipping manifests from before the surge.
Scries, secured export, dates. You think some scries never made it past the veil?
Probably not.
Doesn't it usually take some time to figure that kind of thing out?
Yes, but I'm a genius. This is what I do, Brynn. So, we should run these down. The records here aren't complete, though. They don't confirm the shipment.
Any idea how we do that?
This is where Brynn does what she does. Off the top of my head, there's 3 places we should look.
Fire.
Drover's Gate in the lower city is obvious.
Right.
Logs will be there.
Rover's Gate.
Also, I imagine the Bastion would track export of any and all scries, military applications.
Bastion.
And we should canvass the Hearthsiders. Maybe someone still alive who worked the caravans.
Right.
I'd ask the Axel. She'd know who to ask. And we're not welcome in the general populace of Cassidans.
Right.
We have that in common. Impressive.
Happy to help.
Alright, that worked out. Quarter mastery. Detailed analysis by our experienced eye. That is a codex entry. And Era's Plague is also done. Of course. And now we have direction, question of loyalty, unraveled. Matter of export. Casmin has been busy. She has several leads for me to run down. First, she recommended I speak to the Axel. She might have records or may be able to talk to the tradesfolk and see if there's any information. Second, Casmin suggested the Bastion would be the most likely place to have detailed records of scry exports, as they are considered more secure than just general trade goods, a military export in a way. Finally, she suggested that I should check the caravan hub near the markets in lower Denevron to see if there are any drovers' logs that might help us narrow the field. When I have everything I can find off to Lane to cross-reference it all. There is a lot. Sovereign Enthrium for this too. Shit. You can also reforge, so like instead of frostbane leather or yeah, hibernal shell can be replaced with some drake scales. That'll work. Then my helmet too. Well, refined selenite is going to be hard to replace. So with all this frostbane leather, yeah, it's not as good. Although this works. Cinder infused linen. Lowers cold resistance. But increases also. And then I mean I don't know if I want to do this. 2 for 3 is not very good. My hands are basically all gold. And then, oh yeah, ceramic medallion is way better than whatever the hell I had before. There you go.
Nice to work on something a little lighter every once in a while.
So we refought some of these with better stuff. Then we're gonna head over to Cassadin's Hold. Yeah, this is taken a long time to even just get talking to people done. Like 40 minutes just talking to people, more than 40 minutes probably by the end of this. Spindle anchored.
Isla, I was wondering if you might be able to help my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, what seems to be the problem?
I was wondering if you've heard of an affliction known as Era's Plague.
A damaging misnomer, but yes.
Okay.
It certainly seems like the Enclave had a better understanding of it than the rest of the Maida does. I believe our quartermaster is suffering from it. She's a Kashar like you.
Ah, yes. The condition isn't unique to Kashar, but it's believed we experience it in greater severity due to our unique sleep cycles.
Right.
I've heard of Ram, Obrun, Ashar, and Kassil alike who've experienced it.
Right.
The first line of treatment is sleep. Unfortunately, that's difficult for Kashar.
How do you get them to sleep then?
Thankfully, a sleeping balm should go a long way to help her. But it's not enough on its own.
What else do you need? He said Iris Plague is a misnomer. Ask if it has a proper name.
Is there a more accurate name for this affliction?
Unfortunately, no.
No.
The research done on disorders of the mind is limited, even here. And I suppose academics are hesitant to rename conditions until they've become better understood.
Changing the name would just confuse matters, especially after the surge.
Yeah.
Then again, using a name that implies an individual has been cursed by a goddess of justice doesn't exactly foster empathy for its sufferers.
That is also true. A sleeping balm alone isn't enough. Wonder what else Casmin
If
needs.
this won't cure Casmin, what else will we need to do to help her?
Yeah.
It's what she needs to do for herself, sadly. There is no cure for Ira's plague, only treatment and management of the condition.
Right, but how?
Sleep will put her on the right track, but she needs to eat properly and actively fight the compulsions that stem from her visions.
She has a long road ahead of her.
Yeah.
She does. But she's not walking it alone. She's lucky to have friends like you.
That's nice. Kashar are more likely to suffer. Ask her if she's ever dealt with Ira's plague herself.
Have you experienced Era's plague yourself?
I'm guessing not.
Not personally, no. But when I was born, my mother sought out the sleeping balm recipe in case I ever needed it, being Kashar. Great foresight on her part.
Right.
You've never spoken of your mother before?
She died before I was even a year old. And my father doesn't like to speak of her.
Right. If Kaz needs to sleep, let's start there. Move on to next steps.
How do I get hold of a sleeping balm?
Gotta make it?
Well, I can make one for you here if you bring me the ingredients.
What do you need?
You'll need emerald lucin,
Emerald
a
lucin.
gemstone famed for its ability to radiate peace, and chill feather weave for its cooling properties.
Expensive stuff.
In addition to this, you'll need oil membrane for the formula, and of course, red cotton, because it filters the light so that the eyes find deeper rest.
Okay.
I'll bring you those right away.
Do I have them? Do I not have all of them? I've collected everything for the sleeping balm. Better bring them to the spindle right away so we can prepare the balm for Casmin. Yep, I do have them all.
Here's everything you asked for.
Just a moment, and I'll prepare the balm. Here you go. And I've written down the recipe for Lane, in case you run out.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Have your quartermaster rub a little of the balm on her forehead, temples, and wrists before she goes to sleep.
Okay.
She'll be out in no time.
I hope she's willing to try this.
All you can do is be there. The rest is up to her.
You're right. I'd better get back to camp.
I hope your friend feels better soon.
She will. Should be fine. Anchored. I've got the sleeping balm. All that's left is to see if Casman is willing to try it. Maybe if the rest of the band supports her, she will consider it. And your man. Oh,
Got it.
yes.
I know you're intrigued by the Oberyn's lineage, but take care not to get caught up in your enthusiasm.
I won't.
Well, I'm getting the lineage checked right here. Burning curiosity.
Arakim mentioned you wanted to compare a mantle with Matteo Agretius?
Yes.
We'd like to see if he might be my father.
All right. I've set his mantle aside for you. I'll need yours too, and the pattern tracer to perform the test.
Got it all.
You all right?
A little nervous.
I have to say, your mantle is spectacular. Matteo's easily pales in comparison.
Huh.
Oh, thank you. And, is he my father?
No, I'm sorry. It's not a match.
Right.
Oh. I see.
Hey, we'll keep looking. Maybe now it's time to talk to Lane?
You're right. We should consult with them. I just thought... silly. I'll see you back at camp.
Alright. A burning curiosity is completed. And the burning curiosity, oh, it's completed. The axle. Oh, matter of export, yes. Hello.
I have a strange request.
And I have very little time. How is our little project coming?
Little project?
I'm working on it.
Oh.
Then let's prioritize that. I have people to arm.
Right. Several leads. Talk to this second. Finally, off to Lane to cross-reference it all. Bring sleeping balm. Time to go clear out some hives. Oh, expansion, right. Our concert at night. Okay, you wanna talk to me, my man? The Eye's office. Let's talk.
What is it?
What is it?
I was curious about that symbol you wear.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a wheel.
Uh-huh.
It is a water wheel of sorts.
Some symbol of the Enclave, then?
No, it's not.
Oh,
And...
And this conversation is over.
great. Can talk more.
The Axel mentioned you were asking about my dear friend, Matteo Agretius.
Yes.
you were close?
Matteo was a great man. In the aftermath of the surge, he went back for families that couldn't evacuate to Nevron.
That's nice of him.
Sadly, he passed away a few years ago. You were comparing mantles to see if there might be a family relation.
There was not.
Aurea was hoping he might be her father, but it turns out he's not.
Unfortunate. What an impressive lineage she would have.
Yeah, mother is no one, so. It is true. Would be impressive. Now let's go give this bomb over to my people over here. The ambient temperature strongly affects how flame and frost magic interact with the world. Ice melts faster and blah blah blah. Now lots of talking here, huh? Where there's smoke. Yeah, with Lane.
I was really hoping we'd find my father among the statues, but it's time to expand the search.
Yep.
You were right, Lane.
I often am. Let's build a census of male Oberyn in the Enclave within a limited time frame that makes sense for your birth. Knowing your father had to have been here when the veil went up narrows our search significantly.
Right.
Time to chase a paper trail. Between the two of us, we'll find your father.
Evil.
Yes.
She wanted to find her father among the heroes. Said it's okay to be disappointed. Maybe she's worried she won't like what we find. Reassure her. Yeah.
Hey, listen.
What is it?
Statue or no statue, I'm sure your dad was every bit the hero that your mom said he was.
Archival work might not be the most glamorous way to chase down a lost relative, but it is effective.
You're right.
Try to calm her down a bit. Where there is smoke. Compile research on Oberon within the Enclave. Search Feller's Arch in Glintwood Hollow. Search the collapsed mine in Glintwood Hollow. Search Officer's Gate at the Bastion. He may not have been among the statues of Weaver heroes, but the search for Oria's father continues. Lane wants me to gather everything I can that will help identify any male Oberon who may line up in terms of timeline to be Oria's father. I'll need to look for records on the Oberon populace in the Enclave. There's so much to do, my lord. Anchored. Just talking, it's
We
been
all wanted to
45.
come together to support you, Casmin. However we can. Do you think you're ready to talk about what's going on?
Yeah.
I guess I have been feeling not so great lately. It's hard. I don't know how to tell you what's going on in my mind. Or if I even should.
Should.
We're not here to judge. We're here to listen.
You can tell us anything.
It started a while after we came through the veil. Not right away. You all know me. I'm a rock in a crisis. But the aftermath... It's hard for me to come down. Actually, I crashed to pieces in it. I should be stronger, but...
You are strong, Kaz. Falling apart sometimes doesn't change that.
True.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it these days. After the Surgeborn escaped, I just started getting these... thoughts. Visions.
After the Surge Born, huh?
So vivid. They feel like premonitions. Our campsite, being razed to the ground in the night. Scrambling to find our gear under attack. Each of us being killed one by one. And this voice howling in my ear that it will all be my fault. Unless I do everything in my power to prepare us for it. I know that sounds crazy. But these visions and that voice, it's been getting louder. It keeps me awake all hours of the night. By dawn, everyone else is asleep, even Dam. I'm alone and exhausted. Counting supplies over and over and over, unable to stop.
That must be lonely.
It is. Opening up to you about this is physically painful. Even while we're talking, that voice keeps going. In the spaces between my words, in every pause, it howls at me for being pathetic and incompetent.
That's horrible.
How come I'm the only one drowning inside this place? No matter what happens, all of you are able to keep doing your jobs. I mean, I'm the only freak going off the deep end. How stupid is that?
We're all here for her. It's not stupid, it's brave. Remind her she's not alone. It's brave. Is it brave? I don't know if it is brave. I mean, she's still doing her job.
You're going through something awful, outside of your control. And until now, you've dealt with it alone. But your decision to be vulnerable and share your experiences with us, that's brave, not stupid.
I don't feel brave. I feel exhausted and sad. But I guess it's nice to hear.
What if we cleaned out the caravan for you while you go rest? Brynn will sit with you until you fall asleep.
Yep, I have a bomb.
I don't know. I don't think I can sleep right now.
I have something that will help.
Yep.
A sleeping balm from the spindle.
Would you be open to trying it?
Maybe, but I'm afraid of what will happen if I go to sleep.
We're all here.
I won't let anything happen. I promise. Do you trust me?
I do. But I've made such a mess of the caravan. I can't let you guys be the ones to clean it up.
No, it's
We've
fine.
got this, Casmin. It's okay.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, eyes are open.
This isn't working. I should go help with the caravan.
Maybe put more balm.
Shh. Kaz, they're fine. You need to sleep.
But what if Aurea throws away the grains Dan likes for breakfast? Or the sapling uses to rebind their books? Or
Nothing will happen.
She won't.
I can't just lie here. My skin is crawling. I feel like I might burst if I don't move.
How about we breathe together? Just try it with me.
Fine.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths. And she's asleep. Anchored. Quest complete. Oh, it's morning. Bro, I gotta go visit that place. Quest complete. Anchored. Is she feeling better? Not immediately, I'm guessing.
Hey, how you feeling?
I'm okay. I don't feel amazing. In fact, I feel
Yeah,
pretty
the black
fragile,
stuff has
to
gone
be
around her
honest.
eyes, kinda.
But sleeping helped. Actually, everything you did helped. I don't want to pretend I'm feeling on top of the world right now, or like all my problems are solved. They're not. I know I've got a long road ahead of me, but finally saying out loud all the madness in my mind,
Helped.
and not being shunned or rejected for it. It's like all these awful visions lost some of their power over me.
Yep, good.
Sounds like you should keep sharing with us then. So we can have every opportunity to accept you as you are.
Yeah. Why did you do all that for me?
Of course. I care about her a lot. Tell her how much. She would do the same for any of us. Tell her that's why. I care about her.
You mean a lot to me, Casmin.
I do?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
You mean a lot to me too.
I would do everything I just did and more for you 1,000 times over.
Indeed.
I'm not sure I'm deserving of all that.
You are, Casmin.
Would you mind reminding me of that sometimes?
Yep.
Every day, if you'd like.
Want a reminder now?
Something on your mind, Kaz? You look lost in thought.
Oh, yeah. I guess it's just strange to think that Arakim, the Axle, and the Spindle were all born inside the Veil.
Yeah, but not the eye.
For years after the Surge, it probably felt like the world was ending in here, and yet people were still bringing children into it.
That is true.
Don't you think the same could be said of outside the Enclave after the Surge?
Well, not really.
Maybe.
Big area.
But there's something
Yeah.
about being trapped inside this crisis bubble and still choosing to bring someone else into it with you. Doesn't it seem almost selfish?
Maybe.
You know what? No, I wasn't there. I shouldn't judge the Hearthsiders.
Yeah. I've always struggled with envisioning life with children agree with circumstances as strange. Children are born in all kinds of circumstances. Tell her you find it reassuring. Yeah.
Maybe it's comforting. Yeah. No matter what, birth comes with the spring. I think if someone really wants to have kids, they just make it work regardless of the circumstances.
I suppose. I just wonder if that's really what's best for a child.
I guess I've always been of the mindset that there's no perfect time to have kids. At some point, you just need to dive into it, if it's what you want.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not really one for diving.
She's more for preparing. She's the more preparation focus. Can we upgrade now that you're back to normal? No, okay. Well, she's not back to normal, but she is better. Yep, day 12 morning. Hey, she seems a little better now. If we can talk. Yeah, why is the symbol not there then?
Brynn, you okay?
Fine.
Yeah. Why?
No, really. Are you doing all right? You can tell me, you know. Being point isn't always easy.
So much to do.
Aurea, I'm fine. What's going on? Are you okay?
I had no idea that the point training was so hard on Casmin. Sure, she seems stressed, but leaders should know what's going on with their team. I failed her.
No. Well, that is kinda true. Casmin hid her struggles from everyone, assured Aurea she couldn't have known. This was Casmin's journey, it's not her fault. I feel guilty too, commiserate with her. It's her journey.
You can't save anyone, Aurea. You can only be there for them while they fight to save themselves.
Yeah.
And thankfully, Casmin is one tough fighter.
She is. Still, you went above and beyond just being there for her.
I helped.
She would do the same for anyone else here.
Yeah.
All the same, moving forward, I just want you to know you can talk to me. About anything. I'm here for you.
I know.
Alright.
Thank you.
She is a good leader. She is a very good leader. Alright, anything going on in here that I need to know about? Lane? Nothing. Dom? Nothing. I know he has something. So Solar needs to craft. Right, but we can't craft yet. The Vastrian Arakim. Ruined Fountain.
Remember my missing runner you found in the upper city?
Yep.
One of the siblings with the hidden cache. I do.
Yes. One of my group heads got a little paranoid. He's since been dealt with.
What?
Anyway, I have a conundrum. We recovered the body. Thank you for that, by the way.
What do you mean you dealt with him?
I noticed there's no dead anywhere in the Enclave.
There were. Tens of thousands right after the Surge, and another wave after the Surgeborn attacks before Asylum. We found everyone we could and gave them rights.
That's good.
Took years. Anyway, the problem now is I have a dead runner who broke all kinds of rules, and I'm not entirely sure how to handle it.
Dead runner? You killed him?
The group heads need to know this happened. That's a given. But do I tell all the scouts? They could learn something from it.
Word is going to spread. Suggest you openly get in front of it. This is too sensitive to tell everyone. Write them accordingly. Yeah, get in front of it.
If I were you, I'd get in front of this. Word's going to get around eventually. If it hasn't already.
Yeah.
Face it head on. Be honest. People will be concerned at first, but in the long run, they'll appreciate the transparency.
Right. Let them hear it from me and the whole story. Yes, there was a problem. Yes, it's been dealt with. Might upset a few, but in the end, it'll build trust.
Yep.
Appreciate the advice, Brynn. Always good to get another perspective on these things. I just wish the siblings had talked to me before they felt they had to sneak around.
Why did that happen? That's... Need to figure that out. Okay. I mean, it's been an hour of just talking. Do I really want... I'll just go back to Cassidy's hold for a minute. See if there's anything else over there. If not, I'll just end it, I think. And I guess next time, this is how we're gonna have to do things if it's gonna take so long just talking. Can't really go out and kill things. I have no time to do so. No talking here. There's Cry. I mean, it looks similar anyway. Okay, back to the way station we go. Steam created by hot water blocks enemy sightlines. What? Can have steam. She looks better. She looks happy now. We have 30 slots. Pull obtain resources. Trade camp supplies with the hard side for resources. Upgrade weapons and armor to level 5. We're now able to carry 5 vitality tonic on her belt. Good stuff. I think... I don't know, man. Because there's quests, right? Archon's Hearth at Night. Expansion Cavern 36 and in the Institute. Norian Order in the Institute. So in the Institute stuff. Then Kill a Benning Plastil for its secretions. Earn Axel's trust by aiding her. Search the yard in the Bastion. Search Grover's Gate in Lower Nevron. Search Fellas Ash in Greenwood Hollow. Corresponding Greenwood Hollow. Officers Gate in the Bastion. There's so much to do. But I guess we'll do it next time. 46, 49, they over there. And I'll see you in the next one.